Most guys think massive shoulders come from heavy overhead pressing. You're only a third right. Your shoulder isn't one muscle. It's three separate heads stacked around the joint. And if you're only hitting one of them, you're not building round boulder shoulders. You're building a flat, narrow cap that stalls out no matter how heavy you press. Today, I'm giving you all three heads. The one everybody trains, the one almost nobody touches, and the one most guys are quietly destroying without realizing it. Pay attention to the third one, because that mistake is the reason so many lifters have decent front delts and still look flat from every other angle. Here's what shoulder training looks like for most men. Heavy overhead pressing 3 times a week and nothing else. Front delts pounded from pressing bench and push-ups all in the same week. Side delts trained with a few sloppy sets tacked onto the end of a workout. Rear delts almost completely ignored. Posture rounding forward from a desk job, quietly cancelling out whatever size they do build. Here's the problem with that. If one head grows and the other two stay small, your shoulder doesn't look bigger. It looks lopsided. Shoulder size isn't a pressing game, it's a three-way balance. Front, side, and rear all have to grow together, or the illusion falls apart. Let's build all three, starting with the one you already train, but probably train wrong. Part 1, the front delt. This is the muscle on the front of your shoulder, the one that lifts your arm straight out in front of you. It's the head every pressing movement already hammers. Bench press, overhead press, push-ups, dips, all of it. Here's the mistake. Guys add direct front raises on top of an already heavy pressing routine, and the front delt ends up overtrained while the rest of the shoulder stays flat. Here's the fix. Stop adding extra front delt work. You're already getting more than enough from your pressing. In the gym, 2 or 3 sets of overhead press or incline bench per week is plenty of direct front delt stimulus. At home, push-ups and pike push-ups cover the same ground without a single dumbbell. Front delt handled, now the part that actually gives your shoulders width. Part 2, the side delt. This is the muscle on the outer edge of your shoulder, and it's the one responsible for the actual width you see from the front. A study on shoulder muscle activation found that lateral raises produce significantly higher side delt activity than pressing movements, which barely touch this head at all. Here's the mistake. Guys expect their side delts to grow from overhead pressing alone, then wonder why their shoulders still look narrow even after months of heavy lifting. Here's the fix. Direct lateral raises, 2 or 3 times a week. High volume, 15 to 25 reps per set. Because side delts respond better to volume than to heavy weight. In the gym, cable lateral raises and dumbbell lateral raises, leaning slightly away from the weight to keep tension on through the whole rep. At home, water bottles or a loaded backpack, held out to the sides, work the exact same muscle. Lead with your elbows, not your hands, and stop letting your traps take over the movement. Side delt handled. Now the head almost nobody trains on purpose, and it might be the fastest visual upgrade in this entire video. Part 3, the rear delt. This is the muscle on the back of your shoulder, and it's what gives your shoulders that thick, 3-dimensional look from the side and from behind. Here's why guys miss it. Most shoulder programs are built entirely around pressing, which trains the front of the shoulder, so the rear delt gets zero direct work unless you add it in yourself. Here's the mistake, and this is the one that quietly works against everything else you're building. Hours of sitting at a desk pull your shoulders forward and down, which shortens your chest and overworks your front delt even further, while the rear delt sits stretched and completely inactive. You could be adding size up front while your posture actively erases it from every other angle. Here's the fix. Face pulls and reverse flies, 2 or 3 sets, 2 or 3 times a week, focusing on squeezing your shoulder blades together at the top of every rep. In the gym, cable face pulls with a rope attachment are the single best rear delt exercise you can do. At home, band pull aparts using any resistance band work just as well, and you can do them literally anywhere in under 2 minutes. Fix your posture on top of that. Pull your shoulders back and down throughout the day, and your shoulders will visibly look wider and more built within the same week, with zero added muscle. Front delt, side delt, rear delt, that's the entire shoulder. Let's turn all 3 into a simple weekly plan. 2 shoulder-focused sessions a week is enough. Day 1. 2 sets of overhead press or incline bench for the front delt. 4 sets of lateral raises for the side delt. 3 sets of face pulls for the rear delt. Day 2, the same structure. Swap in dumbbell lateral raises and band pull aparts if you're training at home. Finish every session with 60 seconds of posture work, shoulders back, chest up, holding that position under light tension. That's the entire system. 2 sessions, 3 heads, 1 balanced shoulder. Here's the honest part. You didn't need more pressing. You needed to stop ignoring 2/3 of the muscle you were already trying to build. Overhead pressing was never wrong, it was just 1/3 of the answer. Now you have all 3. Stop chasing heavier presses and start building a shoulder that actually looks finished from every angle. Comment side if lateral raises are the one you've been skipping.